Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Dark Shadows. And this movie came out in 2012, directed by Tim Burton. And I've seen bits and pieces of this movie before, but never the full thing. And I decided to check it out just because it was one of the Tim Burton movies that I haven't seen yet. And unfortunately, I have some mixed feelings on this movie. I have liked a decent amount of Tim Burton movies in the past, but this one I just didn't really connect with all that much. And it does have things that you would want from a Tim Burton movie for sure. Like it looks like a movie from him, and also it has the tone of a Tim Burton movie and the aesthetics, and like there's Tim Burton isms in this movie with how the movie is made. And I love Johnny Depp in this movie. I thought he did a great job, and he's a really great character actor as well, and he brings that to the role also. Also, some of the humor worked for me in this movie. I laughed a few times, and there were some good scenes sprinkled throughout this movie, and I liked where the story goes overall, more or less just on paper what happens in the story. Like, on paper, I kind of like it, but in execution, it's kind of sloppy because I didn't really care about what was happening in this movie. This movie kind of has a bizarre focus on what the main character is. And for a while, it was going to be Johnny Depp's character. Then it shifts to the main girl who's moving in and just taking care of this family. And you think she's going to have a lot of screen time, but she really doesn't. She kind of disappears for a long time, and then she reappears when the story decides to have a romance involved into the story. And the movie tries to balance horror and comedy. Normally, that kind of stuff works for me in a lot of movies that I've seen, but in here, it just felt like neither of them were complementing each other together. When they were trying to be in the same scene, it just didn't work. I didn't feel scared at any point in this movie. I laughed a few times. Like, the comedy was better than the horror, I'll say that much about it, but unfortunately, it's just not enough to carry this movie. Me laughing a few times does not carry me through it. I wasn't really bored while watching this movie, but sadly, I was just not invested in any character in this movie. They were kind of flat and forgettable. And when it came to the plot of the movie, most of what happens in the plot just felt pointless. Like, it could have been about anything, and the movie would have been no different. Just the same basic concept, but I just didn't feel as though the plot did anything for the movie. It just felt like it was kind of there, and it's really just not that important. And like I've said earlier, this movie has all the ingredients of a Tim Burton movie to make it work, but unfortunately, it just left me wanting more. And in some ways, that can be a good thing, but in this specific movie, I just have found that to be dragging the movie down in the sense that it just felt kind of hollow to me. Like I wanted more from this or that or the characters or the story. And like the interesting things about the story are just like not given enough time to be developed or made interesting. And we just have this movie that's pretty empty. And for most of the movie, most of the characters just felt underdeveloped. And sure, you do get some development with these characters as the movie goes along, but by the time you get to that point in the story, it just kind of feels too little too late, unfortunately. And one thing that I did kind of like, and this has nothing to do with how the movie was written or it being clever or anything like that, it's kind of unintentionally funny in a sense. And there's a character in this movie called Dr. Hoffman, and it just reminded me of the Saw franchise. And that's about all I have to say about Dark Shadows. I was kind of disappointed by this movie. I didn't go into this movie with mammoth expectations or anything like that. I was hoping, okay, let's see how this is. Does this movie deserve the hate? Does it not? Because it didn't really have great reviews from what I understand, and I just thought it was kind of bland. So if you want to check this movie out, you can if you want. It's not the worst thing ever made. It's just kind of disappointing, and there's no reason for me to ever come back to this movie again. So with all that being said, I'm going to give Dark Shadows a 5 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below your thought of Dark Shadows, and my social media links. They will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for What We Do in the Shadows. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.